Well, hey there. It's been at least a week since I've been in here. Actually, 2 weeks since I've been in here because I went on vacation. So I can't tell you how good it is to be back amongst all of the self-made youth students. Today we did a group coaching call, and the student teachers brought forward a lesson that they recently learned on self-actualization. And I like to think of self-actualization because it's such a difficult word to say. I like to call it becoming self-made. They mean the same thing to me. So if you are somebody after listening to this little recap, want to be self-actualized, you want to get on the path to becoming self-actualized or becoming self-made, I highly recommend going to our website. Take the Mind Over Matter program. It's a quick 3-hour program that really lays it all out for you, and it really explains quite effectively what it is that we deliver to our students. But so the student teachers today delivered the lesson on self-actualization. Kiki, I was very strategic in asking Kiki to kind of kick it off. Kiki is Italian, and so everything she says, you just like hang on every word because she's so lovely to listen to. As we
Uh,
were talking about what it means to become self-actualized, it dawned on me why so many Americans have such a hard time being on that path. And so, Kiki, explain to our listeners why you think it's easier for Italians to like become self-actualized, become self-made, and it can be a little bit more challenging for us Americans.
well, I have to start by saying that when we started doing the self-actualization, and this is where it ties into my being Italian, I started to panic because I am not in an incredible career. I do not have, goals in my career to achieve, and so I've sort of had assumed that this is the only way that you can become actualized by what you do,
Mm.
and you know I come from a culture where we have this wonderful thing called il dolce far niente, which is translated in the sweet doing nothing. But it's actually not nothing. It's actually being able uh, to be the best that you can be yourself. And this is one of the things that I feel very strongly about and I'm very passionate about, because I feel societally, one of the things that you hear here and that you get pressured into is that your only validation is through what you do, which is why I go back to that thing about a human doing as opposed to a human being. And so often, your my friends and people around me, including my husband, are so intent on ticking that box of, what have I achieved today? What have I, in terms of doing, that they don't value what it is that maybe they are working on inside, or how they are being as a human being. And for me, that's what I want to get to, to know that I am curating myself and creating the best that I can possibly be. Because one of the things, that we've learned is that we can't actually necessarily change external factors. So if we do concentrate on ourselves, that's the only thing that we can change. That's the only thing we have control over. That's the only thing that we can really have an impact on. And that will, in the long term, have an impact on everything around us. So
Yeah.
that's, yeah. But to me, it's really, I can't say how important it has been to really try and focus. I want to be the best version of myself. And I want to, we talked about this today as well. Come from a place of love as opposed to a place of fear. And this has been a gift that I'm receiving, because so many of my reactions and so many of my doubts and so much of my, difficulties stem from coming from a place of fear. And so exploring where that fear comes from and why it's there and learning, because that's the other big thing that I think I talked about was learning that learning to love oneself is not self-indulgent. It's not actually a negative thing. It's not a bad thing to do. It's actually a really big gift, and it does mean that you move, that you start learning to come from that place that isn't fear-based anymore. It's literally, well, not only do I love everybody around me, but I love me too.
Yeah. I could not have said that any more beautifully, that's for darn sure. And in a
I think
better
you
way,
could.
becoming self-actualized is a journey. Becoming self-made is a journey. And it has everything to do with the moment by moment feelings that you experience your personal life through. And so if you want to better understand how to feel better moment by moment so that you react in a way that creates a life that you want, I strongly encourage you to check out the mind over matter lessons on our website. So thank you, Kiki, so much for being
My
here.
pleasure.